Hi there, and welcome back to our Erlengrat adventure. As you can see, I went ahead and I purchased the Anderson Hybrid X tractor. Mainly because it will do the full 240 centimeter square or round bale, 180 centimeter round bale, so it'll do the maximum size that either a round baler or a square baler can put out. This was the wrapper they gave us, and it will only do 220. So that means we would have more bales to haul to the BGA than if we did the maximum size bales. So I went ahead and I tested the first bale just to make sure it wasn't going to give us fermenting since we used our own equipment. And no, it came out as silage right off the bat. So we don't need to worry about that. I also haven't turned in the cultivating contract yet because, I don't know if you can see it from here, the tractor they gave us is perfect for pulling the baler. It's got plenty of horsepower. It's got 300 and some, and the baler requires 250, I think it is, or 275. And the mower does not require that. So what I did, rather than turn in the cultivating mission and have to use my own equipment or double the time, I kept the tractor to see if it would work, the John Deere. And yes, it works just fine. So we'll put it back to make sure it's still swath dropping. Yep. So it was the perfect size for the mower. We're saving wear and tear on our equipment, although we will have to use the front end loader at some point. But in the meantime, I figured I could go ahead be mowing and baling at the same time and not be putting wear and tear on my equipment. So if we open up the help menu, you can see I'm doing the maximum size of 240 centimeter bales. Like I said, my plan here, hopefully it will work, is that I will have less bales to transport to the BGA, which is all the way on the other side of the map. Plus, I'll show you how, if you haven't seen it before, how the Anderson bale wrapper works. If you're in North America, you have probably seen or driven by farms that have great big long, what I call, well, tubes, but some people call them sausage rolls, of bales at the side of the field. That's done using something like either the Anderson X tractor or something similar from a different manufacturer. So let me go ahead. I'm going to bale this field, or finish baling the field. And then we will collect the bales and we will put them through the wrapper. Now the other reason for this, I did this, is because this field was in the third stage of growth for grass, which means it will get even more grass than a field in the second stage. So as you can see, even though we're at maximum size, we're kind of cranking out the bales. So anything I can do to minimize the travel time to the BGA. is going to be beneficial. And my only other concern here is that the BGA will only accept a certain amount of bales at a time, unlike the animal dealer, which will take as much as you can throw at it. So I'm a little concerned that we might have to spread this contract out over a period of time in order for the BGA to take all the bales. It might work differently being a contract. I haven't done a contract yet with the BGA. I know how it worked in Farming Simulator 19, so I'm curious to see how it works in Farming Simulator 22. Anyway, like I said, let me finish baling this field and I will bring you guys back in. Alright, so we have over 40 bales from the field. 39 I think it was. Baled. So that's going to be a couple of trips even at maximum size. As far as the extractor goes, all you have to do is have a stack here. You just bring, and I really do need a weight for this tractor. Bring the bale, and you'll notice the bale is slightly bigger than the extractor is. But something funny happens when you put it in. The bale compacts, and you end up with the right, I mean, it's the same amount of capacity, but it's the right size for the machine. So we'll do this once more just to demonstrate for you. Whoa. I either have to get a bigger tractor with a front end loader, or I need to get a serious weight for the back of this tractor. I mean, these bales are, yeah, grass is heavier than hay. But these bales are not as big as the round bales are. So I can only imagine what it's going to do with silage round bales. Yeah, I don't like the way it's spinning. And I got a completion, so that said X worker has finished its task. So I'm going to check on the cotton harvester. Yep, it's finished its field. So unfortunately I have 3 contracts on the go right now. I can't I need to turn the engine on. We'll worry about that one later. That's got 10. I just don't feel like driving. I mean, it's working barely. I just don't feel like driving all the way to the store to buy a weight for this, or pick up a weight. I know I have a weight at the farm. But it's working. So anyway, that's how the extractor works. And it's just, as you can see, it's creating one long string of bales. So let me finish wrapping this field, finish the cotton contracts, and then I will see you over at the BGA with the first lot of bales, and we'll see where it goes from there. I will see you guys very soon. Alright, so here we are. We have all our bales lined up. I've unloaded the extractor, and I'm going to switch things up a little bit. This is the tractor that came with the contract for the cotton harvesting, but I'm going to use this one to take the bales to the BGA because it's got a maximum speed of 40 miles an hour versus 32 for the other vehicles. The only catch here with all these nice wrap bales is if you try, it'll pick this one up because it's individually wrapped, but the rest you'll just have to cut open. As you can see, move down, you press R, and it really doesn't take that long as you don't move out of range to unwrap all the bales. On a personal note, I find that slightly more realistic. Well, you'll see when we get to the BGA, but do you really want to be dumping plastic wrapped bales into a facility, or should the bales be unwrapped? I say they should be unwrapped for realism's sake. Now the animal dealer, I would say they could be wrapped or unwrapped. Wrapped because the animal dealer is not turning them into a product. He, in theory, is turning around and reselling those to another farmer, who in turn is going to store the bales for as long as possible or until he needs them, and then he's going to unwrap them. So we're almost loaded. There we go. Press B to put it back into transporting position, and then we will head over to the BGA. I'm just going to try and figure out what the best way to get there is. Probably straight through town. Yep, straight through town. Alright, we will see you over at the BGA. Alright, here we are over at the BGA with load number 2. We have a... well, let's take a look. Baling contract is completed. And it took, what do we say from judging by that pile? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bales to complete the contract. I guess all it required was enough to fill up the dumpster at the BGA. So I'm going to leave these bales here. Hopefully they will stack properly. Now, one thing to note is I had read in the forums that because this BGA did not have a ramp leading up to its dumpster like the other ones do on Elm Creek and Aubervilliers, that you had to physically take the bales and put them into the container, into here. But when I unloaded, and this is the reason I didn't show you, because I thought I was going to have to go get load number 2, and then we were going to have to get a front end loader and start dumping bales. But as soon as I unloaded, it took those 6 bales from the top and filled the BGA. Now, if you watch for a minute, this isn't as quick as it is on the other maps, because those are 1 megawatt. Sorry, their BGAs are 3 times the size. But as you can see, my money is slowly going up. I'm not selling anything anywhere else. This is just money being made from the BGA consuming what's in there, and then it'll start taking, as you can see, the next bale is down to 2,051 liters as opposed to 6,500 liters. So by having those 2 stacks of bales slowly feeding into the BGA, I'm not going to get a massive cash infusion, but I will have a steady stream of income coming in over the next little while until the BGA is finished consuming those stacks of bales. That means that if I wanted to do my own silage tomorrow or next month, well, first I'd have to wait for it to ferment, but secondly, I wouldn't be able to unload it at the BGA until all those other bales are gone. Now I still have 10 bales left, and I'm just going to take those to the animal dealer because I want the cash infusion now, as opposed to the steady stream of income. My other thought as I was driving through Erlengrat, the town of, and yes, several signs were hurt during the filming of this video because these trailers are a little bit wide. But the other thing I was thinking of, it's a beautiful town. However, there is a lot of production facilities missing compared to Elm Creek, for example. We have nowhere for grapes, so we'd have to find somewhere to place our own winery or grape processing facility. And there's no cereal mill. There's the regular mill. Now, I would have thought that Giants could have taken the extra step and turned, well, here's the mill to our south and this useless building to the north. Well, I think they could have taken that out and they could have put in the cereal factory or some other type of factory just to make the map a little bit more productive, I guess is the word I was searching for. Because it is going to cost us money to place production facilities. I mean, it would cost us money to buy them in the first place, but it's going to cost us money. And secondly, there's not as much room on this map, because a lot of it is rolling hills, to place production facilities as there are on Elm Creek. So like I said, we just want the income from these last 9, 10 bales. I think it's 9 or 10. And then we have the cotton contract to deal with. And unless something else well, we have the 2 other combine harvesting contracts we could do. But unless something else pops up, hopefully we will be done with October. Just driving through this because it's an empty field. Although it doesn't really matter, I have crop destruction turned off anyway. So there's the field we did at first. Oh, I should be paying attention instead of steering towards the field. Anyway, that cotton field on the left, it yielded 3 cotton bales, which I have ready to go at the supermarket. Here we go. Let's sell these bales and see how much we get for 9. $24,000, so not bad. There are no more contracts finished on field 15, so I don't need any of this other equipment that we have left over, like the mowers. So I guess I can go ahead and I can turn in the baling contract for $22,000 plus whatever we're going to get from the BGA, plus the $24,000 we just got, so that's $40. That's probably going to be $60. We're probably going to make $80,000, $60,000 to $80,000 off that baling contract alone, when all is said and done. I think that was definitely worthwhile. All right, let me go back and I will finish up the cotton contract, and we will see how many bales we have left over. And here we are at the cotton contract. The field's finished. I got 3 more bales, looks like, to collect. The only thing, and if you look at the help menu, that I don't have the ability to do is there's 1,355 liters of cotton left inside the harvester. If I'd used the case harvester, I believe I can unload the partial bale. But because it's in the pre-baling chamber of the John Deere, which works slightly differently than the case harvester, I can't unload everything. I can unload a partial bale from the John Deere if it's in the actual bale chamber itself. I can, make a small wrap bale. But that 1,300 liters, I won't be able to get it. Now, this auto load trailer, the reason I took the contract with the John Deere 2 was because this auto load trailer can carry 3 bales at one time. What they were offering for the other contract with the case harvester was, well, I'll show you in the store. Cotton technology. Where are you? Beep, beep, beep. Sugarcane, there it is. Cotton. It was that single, this trailer, which takes one bale at a time. So I would have been running back and forth to the store all the time with a much slower tractor than this. As you can see, this I think I already said this, but I'm losing my mind. This bale trailer works exactly the same way as the other autoload trailers do. You just unfold it, drive up to a bale, and it lifts it and loads it on. With the single bale trailer, you actually have, it's tricky, you kind of have to put it in the operating position and then back up at the correct angle to, gotta go up to there. No, we'll do the next street. Yeah, you gotta back up at the correct angle and then it will load the square bale onto the trailer. Now I'm gonna kill a few signs here. Gotta yield. Nope, he's not going anywhere. That wheel's just see? That wheel is just a little too wide for the streets. And I'm gonna go through the out, even though it says no entry. The way this was designed was slightly bad in terms of back up. Can I back up? Oh. See, it's that wheel that got hung up. Had to use super strength to free it. See, I came in the other way and I didn't really have a very good angle to unload the bales from on the first trip. But this way I can at least back in and do it this way. So wide to unload. Is that going to get hung up again? Probably. But as long as it unloads, I don't care, because this should hopefully finish the contracts. 1, 2, yep. Oh, 2, I was too slow. I was hoping to save that bale. So we have 3 cotton bales left over. We're back up to $400,000. And I can go ahead and collect another $22,000. And then that just leaves me the 3 harvesting contracts to finish next episode. What these are worth right now, let's take a look and see. And I think there's only one place on this map to sell cotton in the first place. Yep, this spinnery in the supermarket. The supermarket is paying the best. Maybe we'll save these 3 bales and buy the spinnery later on. But again, let's take a look. So the spinnery will produce fabric. There is no tailor shop unless we buy one. So fabric would sell for $7,000. And what's the ratio? I think it's 2 to 1. Two pieces of cotton, so 4,000. We're almost better off right now selling the cotton bales as is. But I'm gonna wait. Well, we're in October, right? October is as good a month as any to sell. So let me finish up the other contracts, and we will decide next episode what we're going to do with these cotton bales. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, because a thumbs up doesn't hurt, and it helps the channel. And we will see you next episode. Thank you for watching.